Everybody wants to be the leader, but every good leader, every great leader, I should say, is a follower of a great leader. So I grew up following a trend of failure, thinking that I was the best thing since sliced bread, and I never followed anybody because I never rode another man's coattail. So I didn't know I was following failure because in my mind, in my eyes, in my heart, they were winning, because they was the ones that, had the projects under their foot. They was the ones that was moving and shaking and doing it, you know what I'm saying? And, providing life and protection in the community. They was the ones that everybody loved and feared, so I looked up to that. Didn't know that I was looking up to failure and self-hate, and I know better now. And once we know better, we do better. So when it comes down to healing, seeking redemption, just loving and caring for each other, nourishing our future, our children, in a way that's going to put them in a better position. Right. Because what you're talking about, I understand what you're talking about for sure. Because any and everybody that know me know I show up to people's events. I support everybody. Just recently I had to stop that because of my personal struggles, my personal issues from doing everything that I've been doing and pushing everything from my pocket. I used to say I had a nonprofit organization because I wasn't making a profit off of it. But I didn't have a nonprofit organization because I wasn't receiving no funds. I wasn't receiving no help. I wasn't getting no support. It was just me, working dead-end jobs, supporting my efforts because I believed in what I was doing. Right. Because I was one of the kids that's, terrorizing our streets today. You know what I'm saying? So I try my best not to say this. And one of my big sisters, I love you, Tiffany, Positive. She told me to stop saying this because that's my past and it doesn't define me. Right. But my past has refined me and caused me to be the testament that I am today. So excuse my boldness while I speak my truth. I sit and not stand here today, 4 years to the date, after I was released from prison, SEI Camp Hill, after serving 25 years in 6 different penitentiaries. I faced the death penalty when I was 18. I never shook. I never fooled. I never compromised my morals or my integrity for nothing. And my back never hit the ground. And I was the smallest man on a compound, in the yard, in every penitentiary I was in. 2 walls. If anybody know, both of them is closed. Never fooled. So with that being said, it's like these predators, they raised me. Just being totally honest, some, very vile individuals, tried to instill some vicious principles in me. And, due to my young impressionable mind, I took to some of them. But those core issues, I just wouldn't allow myself to be a vicious individual. Now, when someone violated my people, especially women and children, I got very vicious, and or anyone I loved, I'm a protector. So, I stood strong on that. I stood on business. So it's about knowing that you're killing yourself. One of the biggest moments in my life was when I was in solitary confinement because I was a violent individual. And it wasn't because I was thinking and trying to take my life. I was hurting other individuals and thinking about hurting them because I didn't want to be in a cell with nobody. I wanted my Z code and I had to put in work to get it. So I put in work to get it. So a part of my journey was I was in solitary confinement and I was working out. And I actually was working through my pain. And I'm doing jumping jacks, push-up, knee to elbows, bread baskets. And then, I'm, 50 of this, 50 of that, until I got a little tired. But I was so into it, I wasn't ready to stop. working out. So I started shadow boxing. And in between me shadow boxing and me getting tired or my pain just overwhelming me, I blacked out. I didn't, understand what was going on. Next thing I knew, I was punching the walls. And I came to, and I saw my knuckle prints on the wall. Blood. You know what I mean? I bust my knuckles open. And what really struck me and shook me out of that darkness was I was crying. And, I didn't cry at all back then. All my childhood and adult life, I just didn't cry. They beat that out of me when I was a young boy. Like they used to take me down the basement and beat me up. And I couldn't cry, so they beat that out of me. So I didn't cry. So I was crying, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm crying, like I'm looking around, like, and I heard this voice saying, they trying to kill me. They trying to kill me. I'm looking around like, who's that? Tell me they trying to kill me. I'm here by myself. And then I noticed, like, it was my voice. Like, they trying to kill me. I was saying they trying to kill me. I'm like, oh, that's me. There's nobody in here. I'm in here by myself. I was killing myself with my thoughts. I was killing myself with the things I was doing, what I was believing. I was killing myself. I was killing my people, thinking I was saving my people. I got to stop that. I understood what my sister said because I went through the process as well. I went through those classes as well. And my journey ended up with me facilitating these groups and programs after I went through them. So it's like, once you know that you didn't love yourself, most importantly, your people. I swore I loved my people, my family. I swore my mom, I love my mom, you know what I mean, more than anything. I love my mom. I'm not, my dad, I love my dad. But when I realized that I didn't love them enough, I didn't love myself enough to choose a life that put my life on the line every second of the day and accepted that I go outside today, I may not come back. It's a high possibility I'm going to jail for life or somebody going down me. I put that joint on my hip and I said, I'm going to get them first. I'm going to be judged by 12 before I'm carried by 6. And that's what happened. So when they say, oh, he had a gun just like me, I ain't had no choice. That's a lie. What I understood in my journey is false truths. A false truth is something that's not real, but in your mind and your heart, you made it real. So it's your truth, but in reality, it's false. So I made it fair seeming to harm my people, thinking that I was protecting my people. And for a child, because I wasn't a child, I was 18. But when I committed myself to that life, I was a child. We all know, like my sister just said, cognitive development. Cognitive development. So I wasn't able to rationalize the consequences of my actions. I just went to the things that I was taught, what I saw, what I believed. And then with everything in me, what I invested in. So I know now how to get through to these kids because I'm cut like that. You understand? Like, I may not act and think like that no more, but I understand because I was bred like that. I didn't just jump off the step. Like, I was bred. It's in my blood. You know what I'm saying? So I thank everybody for coming here, sharing your joy, sharing your pain, and being vulnerable. And I implore everybody to love your life, and not only your life, but life itself. Because we're all brothers and sisters. I just watched a documentary yesterday, and they were talking about a town in Africa. And so many of the people in this town have different shades of complexion. and they're all black though. But they call the fair-skinned ones what they consider fair skins, actually the light-skinned ones, they call them white. And they don't consider themselves black. They're prejudiced against their own people. And for anybody to hear that, they may be like, oh, that's crazy or whatever. But, you know, I work at a warehouse, and it's a bunch of foreigners there. Like, they dominate the floor. And my biggest thing with them that hurts me the most is so many of them are Dominican. And you are my brother, you my sister. And they look at me like I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Like, you black like me. We all the same. So is that just on your race, like your race of people, when your people was taken from their land, and, you know, these colonizers did different things to us, and we still believing in the lies that they told us. It's wild. It's wild. And that's why our children are out here defending their lives when they really committing suicide. Right. So education is paramount, and I beg you to live and love your life. I thank you for coming out, and I beg that you join in with us whenever we have efforts in our community and online, because we thank you all for coming online. 2 individuals that's still here, that's still strong, because I love you. And if you have the ability to come off mute, please come off mute and speak your truth.
I just couldn't drop. So my truth is, I'm just proud of you and where your heart is. And my thing is, this is apparently your calling, because you created a platform for people to be able to voice their situations. People who are typically unheard are having the opportunity to be heard, which is one of the reasons why I just couldn't drop. All I can say is, you all, please stay encouraged. Nobody really hears the other side of the coin if you haven't walked it. So for me to have the opportunity to hear the other side of the coin, and I got confirmation on the things that I thought that I knew, and I got confirmation on the things that I knew that I knew. So the bottom line is, I respect and appreciate this platform and what it is that you all are trying to accomplish. And I just applaud the effort, because like I always tell you, stay encouraged. I believe this is truly your calling. I know you like to do a lot of moving in a lot of different areas, but providing this platform, I believe, is going to be a blessing to so many. So I'm hoping that it will continue to grow. I hope that your audience grows, not just for you, but the others that have been on that have their own programs. I'm just praying, because this is something that's needed, because there are so many who are unheard, and we only get it from the press. And we all know that the press, you know, they twist the stories the way they want to twist it. You know, they dehumanize without actually understanding the whole situation. So again, I applaud you all, and cuz, keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, cuz. Love you, boy.
Love you too.
I have a question for you, sir. Bayah.
Oh, question for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it possible, today is Monday, is it possible that you get to the machine and get the information to me?
What information, Rick?
Oh my God, the video you just recorded. I love that.
Bro, I understand you. I will get that. You said information. You said information. So I'm gonna tell you this, right? I'm gonna be totally honest with you, and I never do anything else but be honest. So the video that we made prior to this event,
Made me cry, y'all.
it fails in comparison to what you shared during this event. What you just did just now on this live, because we're live on Zoom and we're live on Facebook right now. Everybody heard what you said. The video that we recorded, I will get it to you. But the one that's on Facebook is way better than that one. All right?
I see Pastor Eric. One thing I can say about my Pastor Eric, and he gets around me, him and Mr. Ball, and he's not, Mr. Ball's in Atlanta. And Pastor Eric get around me, and he pulls everything out of me for me to say more stuff.
Yeah, you burnt that joint down. The one we did on live, I mean that we recorded before the event, that wasn't nothing like what you just did live.
Yo, every time he come around, he just pull Rick style. See, Pastor Eric always tell me before I start.
So cuz Jamila is over. It's 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? Love and appreciate y'all for coming through and sharing y'all truth. Like we out of this joint. Live and love life. Peace. All right.